Assalamualaikum sir. My name is Sabidar. I am from BSM 8th semester. My topic of presentation is semantics. So let's start it. Basically, the semantics deal with the meaning of word, phrases, and sentences. Generally, semantics deals with the general meaning of a word, unlike the individual meaning of any person or a writer or a speaker. Basically, semantics deal with the general meaning, which shows the we can say that which the word shows the universal meaning of any word. And as we discuss meaning in a semantics, so let's study what meaning is. Basically, meaning is something which conveys an information to the reader or speaker by the use of words. Basically, words are not the things which convey direct information. There is hidden information behind the words, which gives which gives meaning to the reader, listener, or yes, reader. So basically, meaning have two categories: referential meaning and associative meaning. Referential meaning. Referential meaning is the meaning which deals with the literal meaning of a word, or we can say that the dictionary meaning of a word. For example, when we study when we read about cat, so cat is basically an animal with four legs and say which says meow. So this is the referential meaning, and the other type of meaning is associative meaning. In associative meaning, we assume that what this word has the emotional and sentimental background. For example, the word gun has the associative meaning. If I assume that gun represents or symbolizes terror, so this is my assumption, this is my associative meaning related to the gun. Otherwise, in referential meaning, the gun means the object or a metal object which fires the bullet. So we are done with referential meaning and associative meaning. Let's come towards the word as a container of meaning. Yes. So words basically are themselves are nothing. They symbolizes something or they have information behind them. For example, if I write a word TAC, then it will give no other meaning to any reader or speaker. So, but if I write this same word, the same three alphabets as CAD, then it starts to give meaning. Now, why there is a difference between these two, or I have used the same alphabets, but when I write CAT, then it start to give meaning because of words, because words act as container of meaning. They have information hidden in between them. uh, Now, coming towards the third point, semantic rules. Now, words in a sentence are assigned with some rules. For example, when word is used in a sentence, they are assigned with rules to give a proper meaning. If they are not assigned with the proper rules, the meaning of a sentence will be demolished or compromised. Uh, so in semantic roles, we have types agent and theme. Let's discuss the agent. Agent in a word, agent in a sentence is a noun which performs an action in a sentence. For example, I say that Ali wrote a letter. Now here Ali is an agent and theme. Theme is again a noun in a sentence grammatically, but theme shows the the action performed by the agent, or we can say that the action on which verb is taking place. For example, in the same sentence, Ali wrote a letter. Here, the theme is a letter. The theme is a letter. Now, the coming toward the second category, instrument and experiencer. Here, instrument is something uh, which the agent uses as a tool to perform an action. For example, and again I say the word that uh, I am using the marker on the chart. Here, the marker is an instrument used by me, used by an agent. Or another example that Ali cut his hand with a blade. Now here blade is an example of an instrument. Now coming towards the experiencer as it described by as its name, experiencer is an entity who feels or have emotions related to any action. For example, uh, Sarah laughs. Sarah is laughing. Now, laughing. Sarah is an experiencer here who is laughing. So, uh, the example Sarah is the experiencer in this sentence. Coming toward this third category, location, source, and goal. Now, time, as we know, that is an important thing in any sentence making. First of all, we study the word location. Now, location tells something about the agent who that where he is or at which place he is or she is. Like teacher is in the classroom. The classroom here is a location which describe that agent is in the classroom. The second one comes with source. Source tells the movement of an agent. For example, Ahmed is coming from the hospital. Now here, hospital is the source which describes that he is coming from the hospital. Agent is coming from the hospital. Now source is telling us that where he is, basically. Now coming towards the goal. Goal is something in a sentence which is meant to be which is meant to be go towards the destination. For example, uh, mm, Ahmed goes from Islamabad to Rawalpindi. Now here Rawalpindi is a goal that he has set the goal that he will go to the Rawalpindi. So here Rawalpindi is a goal. Now, words in a sentence have some relationships between them, which we discuss in lexical relations, and it has divided into subcategories. Now, first category is synonyms. Synonyms are basically different types of word but having the same meaning behind them. For example, buy or purchase. Now, both of these having the same meaning but the words are different. This is synonym. Now coming toward the antonymy. Antonymy is the type of two words having the opposite meanings. It is basically the opposite of synonyms. For example, tall is the antonym of tall is short. Uh, yes. Now the third category is hyponymy. Hyponymy is something which adds the information in another word, in the previous word. For example, rose is an hyponym of flower. Now, flower is enhanced by the rose. The information of flower is enhanced by the rose. Now, rose here act as hyponym of flower. Now coming toward the fourth category is prototype. Prototype basically is a characteristic instance of category. For example, dog is prototype of an animal, or pigeon is an prototype of the bird. Coming toward the homophones. Homo means same, and phones mean voice. Now, in homophones, we discussed that the word having the same pronunciation but the different written category. For example, meat. The first one is MEAT meat, and the second one is MWT meat. Now, in the pronunciation and when we utter these words, meat and meat are same, but they have different meaning behind them. Coming toward the homonyms, homonyms are those who have the same written or spoken category, but they have different meanings behind them. For example, the word race. First meaning of race is the Formula One racing or MotoGP racing or any kind of racing, marathon racing. And the second category of race is ethnic group. For example, people are divided into castes. Caste now that ethnic group represent the word race. Race represent ethnic group. Now the both words are same race, but they have different meaning behind them. Coming towards the another category of lexical relations comes the polysemy. Polysemy is basically the single word used as different types of meanings, which gives different types of meaning. A single word gives, for example, foot of hill. Now here foot is acting as a polysemy. First, in the first example, foot of hill, which represent that the base of hill, and the in the other example, foot of person. Now here foot is acting as the body part, and if I say that foot of bed. Now here it acting as a spoon of a bed, as a part of a bed. Now food is acting as polysemy in these three examples. The third last category is wordplay. Basically, when homophones, homonyms, and polysemy are joined together or not joined together, are used in a sentence, they create a humorous effect in a sentence. For example, here Mary had a little lamb. Now this sentence is has humorous effect on the listener or a reader that Mary had a little lamb. Now it is not classified or exemplified that explain that this little lamb is cooked or it is a pet of Mary. So we can use polysemy, homophones, homonyms as a wordplay. The second last category is metonymy. Metonymy is the category when we use another word instead of the existing word. For example, he drank the bottle. Now, we can say that he drank the water, but here we used he drank the bottle. Actually it works as the nature of speaking of our society, that we oftenly say that he drank the whole bottle. It did not mean that he uh, uh, he drank the whole bottle, but it is understood that he drank the water, and like we again say that she ate the chicken. Now it is already understood, pre-assumed that she ate the boiled chicken or she ate the meat. So metonymy is used. It is the example of metonymy. The last category of lexical relations is collocation. Collocation is something when two words are used in joined together to create a one word. For example, salt and pepper. This is very common example. We use bread and butter, salt and pepper. These type of single word when joined with two other words is known as collocation. So that's it from the chapter semantics. I hope, sir, you like my presentation. Thank you. Have a nice day. Allah Hafiz.